Hey, mighty men of God, Joe Martin here with Real Men Connect, where we help good men become great men God's way. Guys, welcome to the Real Men Ride Along, New York style. I'm in upstate New York today, working with a school district up here and working with my clients. And I just left a video shoot. That's why I'm dressed up today. I'm headed back to the hotel, but I wanted to shoot a quick video because I wanted to share something with you that I actually shared with the young people yesterday. Now I know what you're thinking, Joe. This video. You know we have the Real Men Connect podcast, but this video, he said, Joe, this is for the men. This is for men who want to be great husbands, extraordinary fathers, and amazing leaders. I get that, but this message is relevant to us as men, and this is important. So I want to share this video with you. I was sharing with the kids yesterday about my experience when they were integrating the schools when I was in Miami, Florida. I grew up in Liberty City and one of the toughest ghettos in Miami, and they were integrating the schools at the time, busing us out from our neighborhood to a predominantly white school. And now I have to let you understand that I was age 12 going to middle school. I had never met a white child before. Now I know that may sound crazy to you, but to think that I grew up in a very diverse city like Miami and not meet a white child till I was 12 sounds ridiculous. But you have to understand how large our neighborhood was. Liberty City is a huge inner city ghetto. We're talking about 5 high schools just in our city alone in Liberty City. So there was not much need for me to interact with white people. So I was excited about going to the 7th grade. That's where middle school started, in the 7th grade back in my day. And so I was going to Thomas Jefferson Middle School. And I was excited because I'm getting to meet some white kids and get to talk to people who didn't look like me, who didn't sound like me, who weren't from the same area. But when I got to Thomas Jefferson Middle School, I was shocked by what happened. What happened was I got to meet some white children, but also realized for the first time that I was poor. Now, let that sink in for just a second. I'm 12 years old at the time, and I did not know that we were poor. Now, I know what you're thinking, Joe, how in the world could you possibly not know you were poor at 12 years old? Well, I was always around poor people. And our neighborhood was so big, I never got out really outside of our neighborhood, so I always encountered and interacted with poor people. So I just assumed everybody was in the same economic situation that we were in. But I didn't know that we were poor. And I recognized it when I got to Thomas Jefferson Middle School, or at the time Thomas Jefferson Junior High, is that I heard kids talking. I'm talking about blacks, white, Nicaraguans, Latinos, Haitians, Jamaicans, Jewish kids, white kids, you name it. They all had more than what we had. And it didn't make any sense. They would talk about things in their life that I couldn't relate to, like they had their own room with a door on it, okay? And they mentioned about how they had some amenities that we didn't have. Like they had a remote control that could turn the channel, that changed the channel on their television. That they had a microwave in the kitchen that could cook food immediately. And I could not relate and understand any of this, as strange as it seems. Now, I'm not talking about in the Stone Ages. This is, talking about not that long ago. And so I couldn't understand, I couldn't relate. So I was really upset. So when I get home, I had some questions for my mom because I think she had some explaining to do. So I wanted to find out, Mama, how come we're poor? And she asked me when I got home because she could tell that I was fairly upset. And she said, baby, what's wrong with you? And I said, Mama, why didn't you tell me that we were poor? And her response was kind of natural, that I thought you already knew. Now, also, I had to put this in context for you. My mom was a teenage mom. She had me at the age of 16. And so you got to figure I was 12, so that do the math, she was 28 at the time. So she's still fairly young, younger than I am right now. And so I said, Mom, why didn't you tell me, why are we so poor? And my mom changed my life that day with her answer, and that's why I'm shooting this video. Listen to her response. She says, baby, I don't know why we're poor. It could have been something that I did or didn't do. Did you get it? She said it could have been something that I did or didn't do. See, what changed my life that day is that she accepted responsibility for our condition. See, she could have blamed, if she wanted to, she could have said, Joe, your dad is not around. He's no longer with us. He's not taking care of us. He's not paying child support. He's not doing this. He's not doing that. But she did not blame my father for not being there in the home. She could have done that. She didn't blame her job, that they weren't paying her enough. that they weren't paying her enough, because she didn't show me her pay stub and said, Joe, see, the reason why we're poor is because they keep taking too much money out of my check, and how can I expect to support 2 children, because I had a younger sister, on this paycheck? She could have showed me her pay stub, but she didn't blame her paycheck and why people weren't paying her more. You know what she also could have said? She could have said, Joe, look into the mirror. And you're a young black male living in America, living in the ghetto. Joe, the chance of you ever making it out of here, become any type of success, is slim to none. Joe, the odds will be that you will be in prison or you'll be dead by the time you're 18. But she didn't say that. She didn't say any of those things. She accepted responsibility and she put it squarely on her shoulders. And she told me it could have been something that I did or didn't do. Now, guys, why is that so important? Because if you go back to the original sin, after Eve ate the fruit of the tree and Adam followed suit, when he was questioned by God, did he say, God, my bad? It was something that I did, or something that I should have done but didn't do. Did he say that? What did Adam say? Adam blamed the woman who was with him, that God sent him. So in actuality, he tried to blame God for it. Guys, I was telling the kids yesterday when I talked to them, is that my mom owned it. She accepted responsibility. Guys, if we really want to be men, we can't blame Eve for our condition. We can't blame society or the government or the president or whatever for our condition. Guys, we must own it and accept responsibility and say, God, empower me to change it. Guys, that's all I wanted to share with you today. Guys, no, you know, we are males by birth, but we are men by choice. And making that choice comes with a responsibility to accept the choice each and every day to be the man that God called and created us to be. Guys, if this message bless you, please share it with another man who needs to own and accept responsibility. Guys, until next time, be blessed, stay strong, and as always, stay in God's grip. See you next time. Take care.